It's good to see this again. I've decided I've got a story to tell, but the question is, how? About 5.5 years ago, I was about 25 years old, and I got injured by a chiropractor. I was having gastric complaints and difficulty sleeping, and the symptoms I described to the chiropractor he believed was a hiatal hernia. So he sent me instructional videos in an email for me to do a hiatal hernia massage on my stomach to push my stomach down. And so I did this massage at home, frustrated with my symptoms. I was practicing finger push-ups and some martial arts at the time, even though I was still disabled with chronic fatigue. Hard to explain. Frustrated, I pushed on my stomach with the instructional videos that he gave me. While doing the massage, I felt something detach and drop down. And just like that, I started losing consciousness. I yelled to my mother, "Mom, call an ambulance." Somehow, I didn't fully lose consciousness, but I was very zoned out. Ended up in the ER. They couldn't find a single thing. And this was ignorant, goofy me, thinking I was going to be fine, only to discover otherwise. Long story short, I have Elhers Danlos syndrome, a connective tissue disorder, which I'll get into later, but for now, I'll stick with that. Having a connective tissue disorder typically correlates to doctors having no idea what's wrong with you and labeling it, it's all in your head. And the only people that will fully understand that are either people that have Elhers Danlos syndrome or have some other condition that is not diagnosed. And some doctors out there, believe it or not, find it bizarre that people can't get diagnosed. But I have some things diagnosed after taking things into my own hands and finding a patient advocate. Elhers Danlos syndrome with an injury, and to make things worse, I lost my ability to sleep because of the injury, which I'm still injured with to this day. And my ability to not sleep put me on a medication called Ativan, a benzodiazepine. And if being injured and sleep deprived was not enough, the medication the doctors gave me injured my brain. I went into the ER for medication because I had to sleep vertically ever since I've been injured, and when I lay down my body's in fight or flight and does not get deep rest, and the sleep that I get vertically is not deep. So I've been very, very exhausted and sleep deprived because of it. After not sleeping for a very long time, I decided I need medication. I don't know what else to do. This was a really humbling moment as an herbalist, not knowing what to take to help me sleep. So I went into the ER and took this benzodiazepine called Ativan. The doctor handed me a cup with 2 pills in it, and I was breaking off parts of the medication to take because I've always been sensitive to things my whole life, and I was concerned about side effects. The doctor saw me doing this and became impatient. The doctor saw me breaking off low doses of this medication, and he said I would give more to a baby. Take the whole dose or get out of my ER. Desperate and sleep deprived, having screamed at the top of my lungs, sleep deprived, I decided to take the medication. Greatest and worst decision of my life. And how to explain that? I'm not sure. We'll see where this goes. Will I follow through with making this vlog and telling the story? I'm not sure. Will I even survive to do it? I guess I'll try. I was listening to a video of a famous vlogger that most of you probably know named Casey Neistat, and he mentioned how his wife said, the only way that I can see Casey's emotions is through his vlogs. He doesn't have any other way of expressing it. It got me thinking, maybe if I can't describe my pain entirely and my situation in depth, though I'm going to try, maybe I can at least show it. As somebody that's held a tripod since I was a kid, it is such a relief to hold this thing again. Do vloggers still eat while they're vlogging? It sounds like vlogging has changed quite a bit since I've been online. I'll do it anyhow. 6:30 a.m. I was practicing hand lettering art and setting up a Rumble stream. I had no idea that Rumble offers streaming to multiple platforms. I don't know if I just never saw it years ago or what, because I did some live streaming a long time ago. But I'm glad it exists. I'm going to stream my hand lettering art, and I'm doing hand lettering because, one, I'm disabled, and two reasons for my brain. The first reason is to tell my brain to slow down with the akathisia, the medication injury, and the other reason is to renew my mind, be transformed by the renewing of my mind. This isn't the greatest hand lettering art, but it's something so far. 1 Corinthians 15:55, just a random style I'm trying out right now. So I'm going to be streaming my hand lettering probably in the middle of the night for a while, on occasion when I'm able to, plus interviewing medical malpractice attorney, maybe some journalists and other experts, on occasion if I'm able. But the interview that I did do with the attorney that some of you guys saw has exhausted me for like 2 months. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I would like to try. 4:40 p.m. I've been up for about half an hour now. I checked my phone and got Google photo memories, and there's some videos and photos of me when I started declining in health, not finding answers. When I started getting skinny and the akathisia started surfacing and me becoming an emotional wreck. In the video I talked about my dreams and ambitions of getting better and sharing with the world and trying to improve things in ways that I realize can't be improved. If I had a child that was sick, screaming in agony and pain every single day, I would get just as sick having to watch my child suffer so badly. Because that's how much I would love my child. I would call doctors. I would do everything. If I was a doctor and I saw a patient on his knees, praying to God and begging the doctor in desperation for help, if I was that doctor, I would drop my obligations. I would call my family and say, something came up, I gotta help this kid. He needs help. That's what I would do. I would help somebody as much as I possibly could to make sure that they don't have to suffer anymore. Because no one deserves to suffer. The technology is out there to help people. But to find the right technology for the right conditions and to figure out what those conditions are. Now that's the hard part that people are not willing to put enough energy into. Oh, death, where's your sting? You have no power over me. I'm afraid, but I'm not afraid. The flesh is afraid, the spirit's not. Oh, death, where's your sting? You have no power over me. I'm afraid, but I'm not afraid. The flesh is afraid, but the spirit's not. Oh, death, where's your sting? You have no power over me.